It's 28 May 2025, and today I've got a quick update on this very cold morning, probably one of the coldest mornings I've ever seen here in South Africa. And today I want to take you through what is going to be happening within the next few hours. So I'm going to be coming back within the next 3 or 4 hours as Mnangagwa is set to launch the Zimbabwe Media policy. So we're going to be watching very closely what is going to happen over there. So there are 2 things that we're probably going to be looking at, which is whether Chiwenga is going to show up and also whether the military is going to show up. So particularly, the military has issued some sort of directive a few weeks back that generals should not attend or appear at any political events, and we want to see if this has changed. So Mnangagwa has been appearing without the military, so we want to see if Mnangagwa is going to have the military or any of the generals around him. We also want to see if Chiwenga is going to appear after he boycotted the Pricabe farm tour. So there was a tour which was boycotted by Chiwenga and the majority of the Politburo and Central Committee of Zanu PF. So we're going to be looking very closely to see what happens over there. The fight between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa has reached a very, very bad level, and it's just a matter of time before something happens. So I'm going to be back here. So this is going to be a very short broadcast, but I'll be back here around 12 to give you an update. Now let's quickly look at the news. And that is the news that is going to be very topical and that is moving very fast around us. Starting with South Africa, there is a big announcement today in South Africa regarding the Inga Dam. So that is the DRC Grand Inga Dam. South Africa and the minister in South Africa has announced that South Africa is in negotiation with Zimbabwe and Zambia regarding getting power from the Inga Dam, which is in the DRC, and they're hoping that by the year 2030, they will be obtaining 2,500 megawatts of power from the Inga Dam. And the transmission line will pass through Zimbabwe and Zambia, and also Angola, Botswana, and Namibia. So there is negotiations taking place there, and South Africa is hoping to get equity in this dam, which is in the DRC. It's a massive project that is now owned by the Spanish and the Chinese. So this is a very big story, and South Africa getting this power or planning to get this power and building a massive transmission line that will pass through Zimbabwe and Zambia. And then still in South Africa, the Minister Sole Malatsi has appeared before the Portfolio Committee on Communications, and he says that the changes in laws was not made for Starlink. So that was very eventful. You can go and watch it. And then in Botswana, there is a massive story where this young lady here, Sawone Reboleng, has been acquitted after a February 2022 shootout, which resulted in the death of 10 men in Gaborone after the robbery at the main mall of Botswana, at which an amount of almost 900,000 was taken. However, the judges said the investigation was poor and there was no proper link between her and the people who committed the robbery. So Sawone Reboleng has been acquitted and she's free after the prosecution failed to show that she was linked to the robbery. I now want to go to one last thing. That is H Metro newspaper is reporting that Invictus fitness owner is involved in a divorce with his wife. So this is a big story. There is a lot happening in Harare, but this one is quite big because husband and wife are both popular and well-known people. So you can go check out this story in the H Metro newspaper. Itai Samanyai is divorcing his wife, Grace Precious Mutongerwa Samanyai, and he has been kicked out of the house. And you can go and check out that story. I'm now going to end with Mnangagwa prophecy. There's a prophecy that is circulating and is going viral that Mnangagwa's motorcade is going to be attacked and he is going to either pass away or end up in the ICU. Very interesting. You can go check out the whole prophecy, but I want to give you a portion of it.
Convoy, and there were a lot of cars around it. But I saw that the president's car was exposed. Somehow it was exposed. It wasn't a big exposure, but it was exposed. Glory be to Jesus. And as they were traveling, they were all black, you know, the presidential convoys. As they were traveling, I saw a car that was not expected coming very fast and getting the presidential convoy, and it smashed into that car successfully. It succeeded in smashing into that car. Am I talking to somebody? And what happened is that there was a big accident. All right? There was a big accident. And then the scene changed. And then I saw now this scene at State House where the president lives. But at that place, I saw there was a lot of gathering and I saw people mourning there. People were mourning, but people were refusing. The people, the relatives, the ones who were close to them, refusing to leave what was going on or the state or condition of the president. And I remember I was left wondering, has there been a death or is this man in ICU? But what was clear was that there was mourning there. There was mourning there. Am I talking about it? And there was a lot of animosity and they were saying all sorts of things. Now, what does this mean? I don't know if there's going to be a physical accident, but what I do know is that with all that's going on in the nation of Zimbabwe, there's something very unexpected that's going to happen to make sure that the term of the ends if he keeps on fighting what God is trying.
Okay, so you know what happens when you get to this point where there is a big fight between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa. This happens. And we get a lot of prophecies, but this one is a bit different. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens to Mnangagwa. A big thing is about to happen in Zimbabwe, as I said last night. And all these things are coming together at this particular point. Let me quickly look at the newspapers, and I want to display for you my screen. Let's look at what is in the press today. And I'm going to start today with the Newsday newspaper. I haven't had a chance to look at the Newsday newspaper. Am I subscribed? No, I'm not subscribed. Let's see if I can subscribe very quickly to the Newsday newspaper. I don't know what has happened to me today. My subscription just ended when I was talking to you guys. But don't worry, it's going to be fine. I will do it in a second. So I'm going to go into Newsday. So I've subscribed. You must also subscribe to the Newsday newspaper. So there's a link there for you to subscribe if you want to read this newspaper. So let me share with you my screen. So in the Newsday newspaper, they are talking about the debt resolution of Zimbabwe and why it is hitting a snag. So because of the PVO bill, this has brought issues. So the recently enacted PVO has been flagged as a setback to Zimbabwe's arrears clearance and the debt resolution process at the FDB meeting that started on Monday. So you can go check it out in the newspaper. And then there's obviously a lot happening here in this newspaper. In Dubai, you are going to see Trevor Ncube at Dubai, and he's arriving between 12 and 15 June. However, Prophet Advocate Joshua is also going to be in Dubai, and I'll give you details. Prophet Advocate Joshua, one of the most accurate prophets in Zimbabwe. If you're in Dubai, get ready to meet him. And let's see what else is over here. Chipezeze, back in Warriors. This is very big in South Africa. I've seen this news going around in South Africa. So let's see what it says here. Magesi FC goalkeeper Elvis Pezeze has returned to the Warriors fold after being named in the team that will play 2 friendly matches in Morocco next month. So Pezeze, an amazing guy, an amazing player. You can go check him out over there. And then let's see what else is in our newspapers. I want to go to the Herald newspaper. Let's see if they published. Very erratic and inconsistent newspaper, Herald Zimbabwe. Sometimes they publish, sometimes they don't. So let's see if they publish today. Herald newspaper always carrying some of the top stories in the government, not yet published. And then Chronicle Zimbabwe. Chronicle Zimbabwe. Let's see if they published. Right, still not published, the Chronicle Zimbabwe, so we don't have any news there. I'll bring it to you when I come back here shortly within the next few hours. I want to quickly look at my favorite people here, and I can see that most of them have not published. I don't have any news from the guys. I think it's the cold weather, but President Duma Boko, as usual, has a story, and I like President Duma Boko. Check out his suit. This man is amazing. I don't think there's a president in this region as smart as President Duma Boko. Check out how he looks. This is splendid. This is like a fashion show. President Duma Boko, amazing and always with the people. So what does he say here? He says, Ramotswa and Shokweng Kosha meetings. So he's holding meetings with the community, and you can go and check it out on his page. I would like to thank all of you for watching. This is going to be very quick, and I'll see you. We've got a big day tomorrow. I'll see you again within the next few hours as we look at Mnangagwa and his presentation of the Zimbabwe media policy. I want to see what is going to happen over there, and it's very important. Thank you very much, and a good day to you all.